But now I don't see those cobbles and curbs. I don't hear the blues anymore.
Rough Trade is giving away a third of the first 3 months of the Rough Trade Club plus new music membership exclusively to 101 Part-Time Jobs listeners. Become a member of Rough Trade Club New Music and you'll receive the Rough Trade Album of the Month straight to your door every month on exclusive vinyl pressing with exclusive bonus material. Club members have received exclusive pressings of albums from Sufjan Stevens, Sprints, The Last Dinner Party, Julie Byrne, and Over Mono, just to name a few, this past year alone. Sign up using the promo code CLUB101POD and you'll get the Rough Trade Album of the Month, English Teacher's excellent debut album, This Could Be Texas, on exclusive Galaxy Gold for a third of the usual price. Here's English Teacher on a recent episode of 101.
How many opportunities do you get to write a debut album and have all of this, sport behind us? I don't know. I really like the idea of holding the bar as being like classic songs.
You only get one shot at a debut.
Don't want the album of the month but still want all the benefits? Sign up to the standard tier using Club 101 Pod and you'll still get the first month free. You'll also get free shipping on all orders, 10% off the bar and on secondhand vinyl in store, and exclusive access to sold out Rough Trade events. So don't hang around. Go to roughtrade.com/club and sign up with the code CLUB101POD. That's CLUB101POD and claim money off the album of the month, English Teachers This Could Be Texas, today. This offer's available to UK residents only. Do you play in bands? I did for the longest time. And I wish that I knew that DistroKid was a thing. I don't even think it existed back then. DistroKid makes music distribution fun and easy with unlimited uploads, and artists keep 100% of your royalties and earnings. 1 million plus artists rely on DistroKid to get their music on Spotify, Apple, YouTube, TikTok, Tidal, Instagram, and all the major streaming services. When you get DistroKid, you can see a DistroKid bank and withdraw your earnings. You get notified when you've earned royalties and you can withdraw via the app. And you can even check your streaming stats on Spotify and Apple. Get 30% off your first year on DistroKid by going to distrokid.com/VIP/101pod. 30% off for your first year. That's not bad. We know it's a tough world out there. Why don't you make it easier for yourself? And to get 30% off that free year as an artist, where you get 100% of your royalties and earnings, go to distrokid.com/VIP/101pod. All right, stay with me. I'll be right back after this.
The Vietnam War, it's over. Your job has just begun.
A new HBO original limited series.
Welcome to the world of spycraft. Strap in.
From executive producers Park Chan-wook and Robert Downey Jr.
What are you concealing?
Based on the Pulitzer Prize-winning novel by Viet Thanh Nguyen.
What if I told you that I was a communist spy?
How did you become this?
The Sympathizer, streaming April 14th on Max. Subscription required.
Hello, it is Ryan, and we could all use an extra bright spot in our day, couldn't we? Just to make up for things like sitting in traffic, doing the dishes, counting your steps, all the mundane stuff. That is why I'm such a big fan of Chumba Casino. Chumba Casino has all your favorite social casino-style games that you can play for free anytime, anywhere with daily bonuses. That should brighten your day a little. Actually, a lot. So sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com. That's ChumbaCasino.com.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18+.
Hello, Giles.
Hello, Vince. It's Giles. How's it going?
I'm good, thanks, man. It's a madhouse here. It's half term, 3 kids and a puppy.
What is your secret trick? Other than getting time alone in the toilet, what's your secret trick?
That was about. I was about to say is my secret trick. I never really understood as a kid why my dad spent so much time on the loo, and I now do.
I never understood why my dad watched Eurotrash.
For me it was what was it called? Trans World Sport.
Okay, was that after the watershed? That's like 11 o'clock on Channel 5.
No, it was my dad was a bit of a morning freak. He'd get up at like 5 o'clock in the morning. So like Transworld Sport was on like between 5:30 and like 8:30 in the morning, and would have all these crazy sports like kabaddi and sumo wrestling and all that kind of stuff.
Oh, that's really dirty. Vince, welcome to what is 101 Stop and Chat. Don't be no chance to be, don't panic is what I'm trying to say. This is
okay.
Anything you say here will be recorded and may or may not be held against you. What is the most memorable day at work you've ever had?
Crikey. I guess I've got in recent history. During COVID, I couldn't work as a musician or songwriter. I couldn't even catch a cold. And sorry, my wife's thing is going off. That's better, right? And so I started this coffee business out of a horsebox, and it was terrible. And I remember I've been open about sort of 3 or 4 weeks, and then it was May, and for that year, May was the most horrific weather for 5 weeks straight. It was torrential rain, hail, thunderstorms, and I was on top of a hill in Leckhampton in Cheltenham in an empty car park, basically freezing my proverbials off.
Oh no!
I remember this one day in particular where I was actually terrified that this tree was going to blow over onto my horse box, and this lone car drove up, Land Rover Discovery drove up parked right in front of my horse box. Got out, ran to the front, and he goes, I've been watching you for about the last 4 hours. Poor you. I live 200 yards away in that house. I've got a coffee machine, but I felt sorry for you. So can I have a latte?
That is very nice, neighbourly, very neighbourly. Are you good at Were you good at making coffee? Because it's quite easy to burn coffee, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I mean, I had no idea how involved the process of making good coffee is. You can have the best coffee in the world and still serve the worst coffee in the world.
Especially to draw a good little symbol or little drawing on top of it.
Oh yeah, I never got there. No. I think more because I just thought it was a waste of time.
if you did change your mind and you thought it was a good way to spend your time, what would be your signature logo on top of the foam?
Oh, crikey. I don't know.
I know what mine would be.
Go on, then.
Well, it'd be a penis. Obviously.
Well, sorry, a penis or a peanut?
Both. I do it.
Both.
I do. So I worked at the supermarket when I was younger, and I got into a good habit of saying jizz instead of cheers. And I think that if you could do something that kind of like straddles the both, I think that works quite well. So you could get a penis that looks like an acorn or a peanut as well.
Yeah, I think it's kind of like that sort of that humor that never leaves. That sort of like child humor.
This is
I still laugh. I still laugh at farts.
Oh, 100%. You've got to. I lost it in my 20s. I got a bit too serious in my 20s, and at some point I came out of it, and I'm very thankful for it.
Yeah. I mean, like. I love the opportunity to have a good bellyache laugh, and
you gotta.
Some of the most puerile stuff is I still find absolutely hilarious on a daily basis.
This is it. Life's have fun. Your new single "Blame Myself" has an incredible sound. Your voice is just
thanks, man.
A wave of emotion. What is the last thing that you blamed yourself for?
Oh, crikey. The last thing I blamed myself for.
I guess it has to be public,
good question.
And it has to be like something fairly vulnerable. Putting you on the spot here.
Yeah, okay. The last thing I blamed myself for was when I was actually recording the album, and was my own stupid fault. I was staying in a hotel in Canary Wharf, and I woke up and I really needed the loo, and so I was kind of a bit bleary eyed, and so I sort of like I got up and I went towards the door and opened the door to what I thought was the toilet, and then I sort of came to and I was like, this isn't the toilet, and I was completely stark bollock naked outside a locked hotel room on the first floor in London.
You locked yourself out?
Yes, I locked myself out. So I blame myself for not wearing any bloody clothes.
Okay, so what did you do then? Did you get like a little loincloth and go down to the reception?
No, I literally. The most amazing thing about that hotel is this really grand entrance. It's a nice hotel, not the Ritz, but there's this really grand entrance stairs that go up to the first floor, and I was literally on the balcony of that staircase. So I had to literally just kind of went, well, I'm just going to have to own this now. So I just walked nonchalantly down the stairs to reception and just kind of poked my head around the corner. I was like, I've locked myself out.
Good on you. Good on you. What, and you were just covering the bits?
Yeah. I mean, the receptionist chap, he was amazing. He kind of looked up and then looked straight back down at the computer, did a few things, got a key, didn't look at me, and just held his arm out with the key and went, have a nice night, Mr. Freeman.
Not his first rodeo.
No, I don't think it was the first time that's happened.
Do you know, I think being hard to be embarrassed, being unembarrassable is a super strength trick.
I guess so. I mean, I've got to the point now where I'm actually in my eldest is 9, so I don't get embarrassed at much, but she now is at that age where she's embarrassed by everything. So I'm really looking forward to the day when I decide to buy the Wizards costume from Amazon and take her on the school run.
When I was that age, I was playing a football match on a Saturday morning, and my mum stopped the game, ran on, and made me take off my shirt and gave me a vest to put on because she thought I'd get a cold.
Oh wow, that's devastating.
But I think she did me well because I was devoed at the time. I was distraught at the time, but I think I got over it. And at some point since then, there's a part of me that just doesn't care. And I think at least you can have a bit of fun if you don't care as much.
Yeah, exactly that. I think you can't take things too seriously because they come and go. These moments, they come and go so quickly. Exactly. My dad said something to me the other day, and it sort of really struck a chord with me. He was like, you don't know the last time that you don't know when that moment comes where it's the last time you're going to play a football match. Mm-hmm. My dad was like semi-pro at football, and he decided to
play for.
Well, he played in Plymouth. He was sort of, he had sort of trials with like Plymouth Argyle, and then just played with some sort of like, low league teams. Mm-hmm. But he decided to take a season out. And at the time, he just thought, I'll just take a season out, spend some time with, spend some weekends with the family. Mm. And he never played another competitive football match. And he said it's funny because you don't know when those moments happen.
Yeah.
And it's like,
and he obviously loved it. He obviously loves playing football. So like that kind of shift one day to the next, that's very important to someone like him.
Yeah, and I think with moments are so fleeting. Like sort of with my eldest, I've recently realised that I'm not putting her into bed anymore, or very rarely.
Right.
Am I carrying her into bed? And it's like, wow, that changed. It changed quickly.
And you're not in control.
Exactly. So, I these days I just try and enjoy the moments,
Yeah.
enjoy the ride.
That's a trick. That's what we're working towards. Vince, thanks so much. 101 part-time jobs. What is the most bizarre job that you've had? So we got the coffee horse cart, which I love. The imagery is so perfect there. What is the most bizarro job that you've had, or maybe the least long running job that you've had?
The least long running.
If you've ever got fired, that's a good one.
I'll tell you what, one thing that was, it's not the least long run. Well, it was about 3 years. I moved out to France with my wife because we were both at the time just kind of sick and tired of being sick and tired. And and my dad had bought a house and then sort of, tried to live that sort of expat dream and then realized it's just shit.
Okay.
And moved back and left this house. And I said to Jackie, I said, oh, let's move out there. And, I couldn't speak French, nor could Jackie, but we just, decided to lock, stock and barrel, move out to this rural town in France. And we started a business from the house, and part of that business was to run. My wife is a holistic therapist, so facials, massage, and stuff like that.
Yeah, like that.
And we called it La Retraite, right? And and instead of using the word esthéticien, which is like the French official word for that job, we didn't put that on the sign. So in a small rural French village of 2,000 people, for about 3 months, they thought that my wife was the lady of the night. Yeah, and we found that out from the mayor.
From the mayor? How?
Yeah. We were having a dinner with the mayor because we were new to the, and so he promptly sort of said, so what is it actually you do? And he said, oh, great, because I thought you were a lady of the night. And I'm like, oh my Christ.
Good on him.
So
Sex work is real work.
Yeah.
Very understanding.
Something like that. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, we didn't get shut down, which is, considering the whole village thought that.
What's the name of this place?
It was called The Retreat.
Brilliant. Vince, thanks so much.
It was very fun.
Great chat. I'm so
Pleasure.
looking forward to the album. The
Great stuff. Thank you. Thanks for having me, Giles.
Of course. All right, speak to you soon, hopefully.
All right, take care.
Okay, you too. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Hello, it is Ryan, and I was on a flight the other day playing one of my favorite social spin slot games on ChumbaCasino.com. I looked over at the person sitting next to me, and you know what they were doing? They were also playing Chumba Casino. Coincidence? I think not. Everybody's loving having fun with it. Chumba Casino is home to hundreds of casino-style games that you can play for free anytime, anywhere, even at 30,000 feet. So sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com to claim your free welcome bonus. That's ChumbaCasino.com and live the Chumba life.
No purchase necessary. VGW. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18+.